LG 32G7POB. This 32-inch beast is like putting a 4K theme park on your desk, dazzling your eyeballs with a crisp 144 Hz party, and colors so rich you may finally notice your game character's questionable sense of fashion. The built-in speakers try their hardest but are more like backup dancers. Entertaining, but not while you bought tickets. So bring your own headphones for the real show. Adjustable stand, FreeSync Premium, and a borderless vibe make it cozy for gaming marathons. But with just decent HDR and a VA panel that can't quite hit OLED level pop, it lands somewhere between wow and why not. 7 out of 10. Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BGA5. If you want to flex with numbers, here comes the Odyssey Neo G8. 32 inches, 4,000 pixels of glory, and a bonkers 240 Hz refresh rate that practically dares your graphics card to keep up. The mini LED backlight and quantum dot panel deliver whiplash fast response and stunning HDR, but the wild curve and occasional VRR flicker feel a bit like jumping into hyperspace with your seatbelt mostly fastened. It crushes motion clarity and brightness, making every gaming session a roller coaster, but small quirks and nitpicks stop it from being a flawless victory. 8 out of 10. MSI MAG 274 UPF E2. MSI's 27-inch contender comes in swinging with 4K sharpness, a zippy 160 Hz refresh rate, and input lag so low your reactions might feel 5 years younger. The IPS panel keeps colors lively at any angle, while the fully adjustable stand and loaded connectivity mean you can play musical chairs with your gadgets all day. HDR is more polite golf clap than stadium roar, and there's a waft of IPS glow. But for the price, it hits the sweet spot. Call it the sensible shoes of high-performance gaming. 7 out of 10. Alienware A274Q. This slick gamer lets you zip between buttery-smooth Full HD at 360 Hz and gorgeous 4K at a flaming 180 Hz, giving you the power to feel smug at any esports event or open-world cruise. The colors pop like your favorite neon hoodie, the HDR gets kinda wild, and if you forget where your headset is, there's a pop-out hook for those because Alienware wants you to multitask like a pro. But with just average black levels and contrast in HDR, you'll find your dark scenes looking a little gray. So don't expect it to beat the OLED club anytime soon. 8 out of 10. Gigabyte M32U. The M32U is like that gym buddy who shows up with a 32-inch biceps, big, bold, and ready to flex 4,000 pixels at a cool 144 Hz. Speed and clarity are sharp. Colors look delicious, and you even get a built-in KVM switch to swap devices faster than your internet drops in a boss fight. But the speakers will remind you why headphones exist, and tweaking for the best gaming look sometimes feels like performing dark arts. 7 out of 10. Acer Predator XB323QK V3BMI PHX. 32 inches of Agile Splendor IPS and a delicious 144 Hz refresh rate make this screen a beast for sprawling gaming worlds and epic video marathons. The HDR cranks brightness hard. Just remember to flip the right switch, or things might look dim and sad, kind of like your KD ratio after 12 hours straight. With plenty of modes, slick colors, and zero major ghosting, it's close to greatness. But OLED fans will spot the missing drama in the shadows. 8 out of 10. Acer Predator X32X3. Roll out the red carpet because this beast serves up buttery smooth gaming at 4,000 pixels wide and 240 Hz, so your jaw will drop faster than its response time. The OLED panel pops with vivid colors so lifelike, you will wonder if your game characters are about to send you a Venmo request. But if you do not like premium prices, your wallet may need an extra life. For the hardcore gamer with deep pockets and sharper reflexes than your average caffeinated squirrel, this is the high-end monitor to beat. 9 out of 10. LG 27GR93UB. LG's Ultra Gear hits you with slick 4000 resolution, a 1 millisecond response, and a refresh rate so snappy, you might feel your hairline receding with every epic frame, but the build quality feels a tad plastic. Think more budget cosplay than luxury spaceship. The colors and performance impress, making games look sharp and fluid, even if the HDR support is about as enthusiastic as a roasted marshmallow at a salad bar. At least the price is competitive for what you get. If you want great gaming visuals without selling your kidney, LG's offering is a solid pick. 7 out of 10. Dell S2725X. Dell's 4000 clarity and 120 Hz refresh rate give you visuals crisp enough to spot the moment you lose at Fortnite. Although its built-in audio is so weak, you will wonder if it was designed for interpretive dance routines instead of actual gaming. The ash-white casing and ultra-thin bezels are easy on the eyes and the desk. Just do not expect HDR brightness to burn holes in your retinas, and the speakers are best left muted. A smart, budget-friendly pick for creative types and casual gamers, but not the stuff of competitive legend. 6 out of 10. Asus ROG Strix XG27UCS. This little 27-inch window to digital paradise delivers a razor-sharp picture and color accuracy so pro-level, you might actually see how bad you are in 4K. The motion handling is slick, the refresh rate is generous, and you even get a joystick for on-screen menu navigation, which means no more button-mashing rage. But if you crave contrast or want speakers, you might feel meh. Luckily, that wallet-friendly price softens the blow. 7 out of 10. Asus ROG Swift PG32 UCDM. Behold, the OLED beast. 32 inches of wow, with colors that pop harder than confetti at an esports final, and black so deep you might lose your mouse pointer. The wild 240Hz refresh rate melts away lag, and its construction and features will make you forgive the chunky power brick lurking under your desk. If your wallet and your GPU can handle it, this is the undisputed king of 4K gaming monitors. 9 out of 10. Asus VG32U-1A. This monitor is the TUF guy in town, big and simple at 32 inches, with a snappy refresh rate and speakers, so at least your victory screams aren't silent. It's not fancy, but it performs where it counts, offering solid visuals and low input lag. Although the color accuracy is less Mona Lisa and more paint by numbers, decent bang for your buck, but only if you're willing to sacrifice a bit of vibrancy. 6 out of 10. Samsung Viewfinity S80UD. If you want a monitor that moonlights as a Swiss Army knife, this Samsung brings KVM, USB-C charging, split-screen wizardry, and enough ports to host your own connectivity party. The giant screen looks stunning, especially for creative work, but with only a 60Hz refresh rate and no built-in speakers, your gaming ambitions may suffer more than your Zoom calls. Great for productivity, less for pixel-chasing glory, so let's call it a stylish multitasker. 6 out of 10. MSI MPG322UX. This monitor is basically bragging rights on your desk, smashing out 240Hz at 4K with a wildly quick response time and an OLED panel that drips gorgeous deep blacks. MSI's OLED care keeps burn-in at bay with more nudges than your mom telling you to clean your room, and the whole thing is a future-proof beast. If your GPU can keep up, jaw-dropping visuals and esports-grade speed make this my top pick. 9 out of 10. Acer Nitro VG270K. Acer wants you to game hard, but with this monitor's 4K goodness and 60Hz refresh rate, you're getting more smooth sailing than rocket launches. Colors are punchy, build quality is decent, and for casual gamers and desk jockeys, it does the trick. But FPS fiends will find it a bit sleepy for anything competitive. Sharp for the price, but don't expect top-tier speed. 5 out of 10. LG 5K2K OLED wide drops you smack in the middle of your game. So big it will have you questioning whether your desk is secretly shrinking. Colors are vivid. Blacks are so deep you'll practically lose your mouse in them. And motion is butter smooth. Just make sure your GPU hits the gym, because churning out those pixels means frame rates can tap out early. It's glorious for cinematic games and movie marathons, but the price tag and sheer size may actually make your wallet and your neck crack a little smile of disbelief. 8 out of 10. Alienware AW2725Q. This monitor is basically the gaming equivalent of a triple espresso shot. UD OLED panel, 4K resolution, and a face-melting 240Hz refresh rate mean motion is razor-sharp and colors punch like a bouncer. Serious gamers, your eyeballs will thank you. No internal speakers, so your sound setup must handle the party vibes, but it comes with HDR blazing and a fortress-like warranty, so burn-in fears can go quietly cry in a corner. Premium build and seriously addictive gameplay friendliness. But it's not cheap, and VRR flicker can show up for uninvited cameos now and then. 9 out of 10. Samsung UJ59. The UJ59 is that friend who always shows up for budget pizza night. 32-inch 4K display with decent color and input lag, but at only 60Hz and no HDR, fast-paced fragfests may leave you wanting more. On the plus side, it's solid for video and photo work, console play, and has FreeSync for smooth sailing if you're not storm-chasing frame rates. Build wobbles, no speakers, and average brightness make it a decent option for cash-conscious gamers, but competitive types should definitely check elsewhere. 6 out of 10. Samsung Odyssey G50D. This monitor comes to play with a 180Hz refresh rate and buttery smooth gameplay, but if you are hoping to step into the world of 4K, you might want to wish for a genie, because it is strictly lurks in the 1440p zone. The display is bright and fast, great for competitive titles, yet the HDR is so entry-level, you'll need a very moody room, and perhaps some sympathy for its lack of deep blacks. Budget gamers will love the price, but if you want true next-gen visuals, look elsewhere, because this Odyssey might not get you all the way to 4K Valhalla. 5 out of 10. LG 27GP95DB. This little dynamo throws down a crispy 4K resolution with colors that nearly leap off its 27-inch panel, making your games and movies look so clean, you will want to frame screenshots and hang them on your fridge. Sure, the stand could swivel and local dimming could be less meh, but with a 1 millisecond response and up to a 160Hz refresh rate, It's smoother than your grandma's favorite jazz album. If you want top-tier gaming visuals, plug in and enjoy. Just do not ask it to serenade you, because there are no speakers hiding in that sleek shell. 9 out of 10. Gigabyte Aorus F032U2P. This beast is the answer for those who want absolutely everything. Quantum dot OLED, 4K resolution, and a face-melting 240Hz refresh rate. All in nearly 32 inches of vivid, inky glory. You get mind-blowing black levels, colors so rich they make rainbows jealous, and every port you could ever need, even USB-C to fuel your laptop while you are steamrolling your enemies. High energy bills are pretty much guaranteed, but if you want to play, create, and flex on everyone else's setup, this is the monitor that takes the crown and laughs while doing it. 10 out of 10. LG 45GS Nike. This ultra-wide beast curves like it is hugging your eyeballs, delivering rich colors, blinding speed, and motion that will ruin you for normal monitors forever. Fire up a cinematic game and it is pure immersion, but try office work or stream a movie, and you will discover it is less Switzerland, more roller coaster. All fun until you want to get anything else done. It is too much monitor for the casual crowd, but if all you want is to get lost in gorgeous OLED worlds, this is the dragon you ride, with a side of minor VRR flicker and space hogging size. 8 out of 10. MSI MPG 321 quirks. This monitor wants you to game like you mean it. With OLED zip and a refresh rate so high your reflexes will panic and call their lawyer. Colors pop, motion is liquid, and ghosting is just a spooky kid's story. But the thing gets picky with a few visual modes and will nag you for the latest firmware update because nobody's perfect. If you can live with minor quirks and a need to fiddle under the hood, there is almost nothing sharper for gaming in 32-inch land, though the AI mode is just regular brightness with an ego problem. 9 out of 10. BenQ Mobius X321NU. The BenQ Mobius EX321NU rolls in as the no-nonsense option. With colors so wild you might need sunglasses and HDR that actually delivers an ooh instead of meh. It is fast and smooth for both gaming and spreadsheets, but the peak brightness will not blind you like its OLED cousins. An SDR is very obviously just okay. A safe choice for gamers who want style and substance, but it is missing that last swagger to dethrone true elite competitors. Think very cool teacher, not class president. 7 out of 10. ViewSonic XG275D 4K. ViewSonic's dual-mode 4K monitor is basically the Benjamin Button of screens. Flip between ultra-sharp picture for your epic single-player campaigns, or crank up the refresh rate to 320 for sweaty competitive matches, and feel like you've gained gamer superpowers. The stand is so adjustable you could start your own yoga class, and with HDMI plus USB-C that'll charge your laptop, it tries really hard to be your all-in-one desktop hero. Sadly, speakers are just meh, and HDR is as basic as instant noodles in college, so it falls short of monitor royalty. 7 out of 10. Asus PG27 UCDM. This Asus PG27 UCDM is the monitor OLED fans have been manifesting, serving up buttery-smooth gameplay at 240 Hz and a mind-melting contrast that makes colors look juicier than a summer watermelon. Customizable lighting turns your battle station into a spaceship, and the input lag is so low, your reflexes will blame their losses on your controller, not your screen. Only problem: if you like blinding brightness in large windows, or are allergic to premium price tags, you might want to glance at its beefier sibling instead because this pocket rocket does get a little dim in HDR, and it's not cheap. 9 out of 10. Acer Nitro XD275K. Acer's Nitro XD275K can pump out so much brightness your eyeballs might beg for sunglasses, and the colors are so lively, you'll spot every dust particle in your virtual living room. The refresh rate is slick at 160 Hz, and it's loaded with ports for your entire gadget family, but it suffers ugly visual artifacts and controls so confusing it feels like you're piloting a submarine. Plus, contrast leaves shadows looking about as intimidating as a kitten. For the price, it puts up a wild light show. But if you want clean visuals and simple settings, this is a cautionary tale in mini LED land. 6 out of 10. LG 32GS9 View. This monitor is looking to be the new OLED hotshot in town, flaunting 2,560 by 1,440 razor-sharp pixels, 1,000 nit peak brightness, and a whopping 240 Hz refresh rate like it just did burpees in a power station. The colors are punchy, the blacks are gloriously abyssal, and with split-screen fantasy and real-time crosshair tracking, you will basically feel like a cyber ninja training for esports glory. But unless you have a wallet fatter than your frame rate and actually need 2 screens at once, it is a pricey show-off. So it gets a slightly cocky 8 out of 10.